The Mind Buzz, now partnered with My Grito Industries.
The Mind Buzz. Podcast.
Release the files. What is up, Mind Buzz universe? Welcome back to another podcast episode of The Mind Buzz. I'm your host, Gil, and working the ones and twos this evening, as always. That has a camera today.
I wasn't going to put it on until it was...
Whenever you're listening to this lovely podcast, Amber, what's up?
Hi.
What's going on? Where are you?
I'm over here in the dumpster.
Where are you going? Where are you shooting live from?
From I have like a white background, a black background, wood, brick.
We're doing some tests. We're like color matching.
Oh yeah.
For the back.
Or how about we let people tell us what they want to see?
Yeah, we can put a poll up. Do you want to see
stripper pole?
Yeah. We'll put you.
No, thank you.
No, like a poll. No,
I know.
no.
I'm just kidding.
Like a poll. Like what do you want to have, Amber?
Survey.
A survey.
There
Sure. There you go. A poll would be cool too. Just randomly in the, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Or for $10 a month, I'll put a picture of you behind me. Oh. See?
Yeah. $10. All right.
And I'll print out a nice picture of whoever pays, and it's behind me.
Oh, okay.
No, not of you.
Oh, not of me?
You thought like you?
Oh, okay.
No,
never
I
mind.
meant like,
I don't know. Then that
like
idea
the
is
viewer.
lackluster. Okay. Oh, the viewer. Okay.
Okay, $5 a month.
We'll do what are those things called when like an auction?
An auction?
Yeah, we'll do an auction. So whoever has the highest bid, we blow up a photo of them and we put them behind you.
Or they can
for the month.
Or they can just pay $5 a month, and it goes up there. And when they stop paying, then we take it down.
But on my option,
That way it keeps generating.
yeah. Well, I'm saying like on my option, people are able to keep bidding every month, so it goes to the highest bidder.
That sounds like a lot of work, but all right. If you want.
Well, we're trying to figure out what you're gonna have in the back.
Look, here's the real reason why I don't want a camera.
Okay.
Because I'm always falling asleep.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
No.
All right.
I get sleepy.
Even better.
Not because of our guests.
Even better.
Never mind.
Well, she's not gonna fall asleep. Well, Amber's not gonna fall asleep during this podcast because
I can talk and change cameras in my sleep. Do you know that?
No, I don't.
Just kidding.
Well, no. I hope you don't fall asleep. I hope nobody falls
not.
asleep during this podcast because we have one of my favorite human beings of all time in the studio today. I think this is his fourth appearance doing the Mind Buzz because we just love talking to him all the time.
He always has a lot of knowledge to share.
Lots of knowledge. The legend, the living legend himself. Please give it for Foo Howser, Javier Sedvin, one more time.
Thank you for having me on, man.
And not the last, dude. What's up, dude?
I just want to say that bullying works.
This is the reason why there's a semi camera pointed at me because of this man.
I've been bullying for years, and we finally got it going on. And then it was one episode, and then it disappeared for the following episodes.
Yeah,
and brought it back for this one.
We brought it back just for you.
So just keep the bullying campaign going. Just keep it going.
Ladies and gentlemen, bullying works is what Javier is saying, right?
100%.
100%. We got to bring it back sometimes. Sometimes to happen. I don't know. Maybe we need to, but no. But it does work. We have a camera.
Public shaming should come back.
Public shaming. Okay. I wonder what they used to do like back in the day with public shaming. I wonder when was the last shame? Right? Maybe that could be our first Google of the night.
I mean, now everything's online, right? So people just get publicly shamed on TikTok.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Instagram. And
I'm
all
always
that,
scared that I'm gonna like show up. Did you guys see I woke up today. Well, everybody woke up today to this public shaming controversy. So the Coldplay concert. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see
Whoa, what happened?
Gilbert, did you know this?
No.
So there was a Coldplay concert. Was it last night or the night before?
I think it was the night before, or it was this weekend.
This week, yeah, sometime in the past couple days. And you know how when they put like the jumbotron on people, kind of like at like stadiums and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I have a camera. So they put the jumbotron on this couple, and it's like a man, and he's like cradling the woman like that, like in front of him. And then when they realize that the camera is on them, the jumbotron, they both like freak out, and then they like try to cover their faces and everything. And then I guess Coldplay said something about like, oh, like why are they hiding? It's either they don't want to be on camera.
They pointed it out,
or they're like doing something wrong.
No, it was like a CEO of a company and like the head of HR or something like that.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing though, is that like if the camera had just gone to them and they just kind of played along with it and not done anything, it would have just blown over, you know, like, because what are the odds that like their spouses are watching like the Coldplay concert, you know what I mean? But because they reacted the way they did, that's why it went viral, you know? So.
Wow. And this happened last night?
It was sometime this week.
Sometime this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think when they put the camera on them, like when they split up, like Coldplay was like, "Oh, what's going on?" Like, "Oh, maybe they're just camera shy, or maybe they're like, you know, having an affair."
Yeah, and now, here it is. Look, so now people, of course, the internet freaking went crazy. And they found out who he was. They found out how she was. They found out the wife's like Instagram, and she already took off the husband's last name.
Whoa,
it was
already?
Facebook. It was Facebook. Yeah.
She moves quick.
Yep. Oh, look at it.
There. Holy moly.
You see their face? Is it a video? No.
No, I think it's.
What company do they work for?
There she is.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the company.
The woman in the video has been identified as Astronomer's Chief Human Resource Officer, Kristen Cabot.
An AI data company?
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. Wow. I'm not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they would have just hung out like that, just a few more seconds, they would have been
like
fine.
what are the odds that
it was probably from like the shock. They're like, oh crap. Oh no.
But what are the odds that
40.8 million views.
Yeah,
that is nuts.
And like you said, like if they just said, you know, let the camera be on them for a few seconds, you know, wave, they go on to the next, you know, couple, and no one knows about it.
Because it's not like it's being broadcasted.
Yeah,
the reason that that this was shown was because people's reactions were like, you know, If not, they should have just been like, hi.
What's up? Yeah, I mean, obviously it wouldn't have been, you know, shown anywhere. But that internet's crazy like that, dude. They'll get you.
So I guess you're right. The internet is public shaming.
Yeah, it is. Johnny got public shamed earlier today. Did you see me post that?
Mm-hmm.
The whole podcast. I mean, before you did, saying you were sleeping.
I didn't
all the other
like
episodes.
That. Golly.
It was a clip. I posted a clip on.
Oh, I think I saw the comments
on YouTube. There was 2 comments. I was like, "Geez, what's up with today?" One of them said that this is like the most stupid conversation. Like, why would you have? It was a good conversation, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know.
Like
what we were shame them then.
What we were talking about was literally what like this whole instance of posting like comedy clips and stuff, and people saying, "Oh, well, that's not funny." Well, obviously, people were laughing in the video.
You can't get mad. You just
no, I'm not. I'm not mad. I'm just
gotta be like.
That's one thing I've learned is the internet's like a weird place. Like people feel like emboldened to say things that they would never say to like somebody's face because they're behind a keyboard or whatever. And sometimes like I get comments and most like 99.9% it like the comments that I get on my stuff are positive or kind of neutral. And I just get like the 0.1% when someone says something like outrageous or kind of like rage baity, and I'm like the king of being like a troll, like but like sort of like kill him with kindness kind of stuff, so I always like I don't respond right away. I kind of like take like sometimes even a day to respond,
right,
and then I respond in a way that like like it's like gentle parenting, kind of thing. I'm like, oh yeah, like I understand your point of view, but and just basically like gentle parent, and then I never ever get like responses after that, because like
they feel dumb.
They just want to. People just want to have confrontations sometimes, just want to argue online.
Yeah, normally I don't respond to them. Like I mean, this is my philosophy. When now I have more friends doing the podcast now that are doing their own podcast. Like I had this whole full on 2-hour conversation with a friend of mine that just started a podcast, and like I think sometime in that conversation I told him, I was like, well, if doing something like this or any kind of content creating, putting ourselves on the internet, like it's free game for anybody that chooses to view your stuff. Like we're making the decision to publish things.
Yeah. So
we can't get upset at the fact that people are out there that are gonna say something positive or negative. So I mean, I wasn't upset. I was kind of glad. I was like, hey, at least we got a comment.
You got a reaction.
It's engagement.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, yeah. I when I first started off, like I didn't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
And then I had to be on camera. Well, one, because my wife Ellie would be like, people want to see who's like talking about these things, And then the big push was because like some of my videos started ending up like people were like reposting them, like as their own kind of stuff. And then I was like, oh, if I'm in the video, then they can't be like, oh, like they made it or whatever.
Oh.
So that's why I ended up being on camera. And now I'm like, I'm comfortable, enough on it. But yeah, for a while, like at the beginning, I was like, I don't know if I want to do it or not, because for the same thing, you're putting yourself out there, and like. But like I said, for the most part, everything's been positive, but there's like 1% of chance or that something negative or somebody does a comment that's going to offend you, but just kind of take it in stride,
But I don't even understand because most of if the people listening or watching, if they don't know, Javier, describe what kind of content that you put out on YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah, no, so I started a channel back in 2022. So it's been like 3 years already.
Nice.
And when I first started, I called it Californiography. And then I did a video. It's all about California history. That was my content was California history. And I made a video that went viral. And it was a video about why there's so many Bertos, right? Like the taquerias. And it got picked up by Fools Gone Wild. And then someone in the comments was like, oh, this was like Foo Howser. And I was, oh, that's perfect, dude. I got to run with that. So for a while, it was Californiography with Foo Howser or whatever, but now it's just everything's just like Foo Howser. But it's just about, I was starting off just kind of trying to, in the spirit of Foo Howser, like go to like different places, but focus on like the history, because that's what interests me, is like California history. So the videos that I post are I try to post like long format videos where I do like deep dives into like certain places. And then recently, this year I bit off more than I could chew. I started posting daily, like today.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy to
history.
me, man.
Yeah. So
and you're consistent every day.
It's exhausting, but yeah, like so right now, like the today in California history is kind of taking over. Like I have a video that I've been trying to get out for like 3 months that I haven't been able to work on, because I've been trying to get ahead of like the daily videos. So right now I have all of July done already, and I just started on August. So I finally have a cushion. to kind of, so maybe, I don't know, maybe in August or September, I can finally put out the long video that I've been meaning to put out. But, I like, it's like one of the recent videos that I posted on, I forget, I think it was yesterday, about the founding of Mission San Diego, like the first mission in California. And, like you can't really talk about the missions without talking about like how it impacted the indigenous communities, right?
Right.
And so I said, hey, like this is the history of the mission. This how, because it's 60 seconds long. It's short. You can't go into a deep dive, right? But I say, hey, like the mission was founded on by Junipero Serra on this date, and these are the reasons why they did it. And then the mission system was the indigenous peoples lost their autonomy, they lost their way of life, they lost their culture. So I acknowledge that. And then someone commented and like, you know that you're of Spanish descent, so you're trashing your own history. And again, I took a beat, and then I responded. I was like, dude, like just talking about the truth isn't trashing my own history. Like you can acknowledge that atrocities or bad things happen during this period, and then also talk about other things. Like it's like, history is not black and white. There's layers to things, and just because I understand, of course, that all these things that happened in the past, it's like the butterfly effect, right? It's like all these things had to happen for me to be here. So, obviously, like I take one of those DNA tests, I'm like 50% indigenous, like, of indigenous of Mexico. And then like the other, like 40% like Spanish, like Iberian Peninsula, and then like another mixture. So obviously some, in my background, there's obviously Spanish blood, there's Portuguese blood, there's other nationalities and ethnicities and things that made me who I am. So yeah, like all these things had to happen for me to be here, but you can still like acknowledge the negative impact that things happen, and that's not trashing your own history. That's not, saying anything other but like trying to talk about the truth, you know what I mean? But some people, like I said, some people just want to argue, and I'm sure that person wanted me to like get upset and
right.
and come back with like whatever. And it's just a gentle parenting, it's like it's like telling them, hey man, it's not black and white. It's layered, it's complex. And then at the end you say, thank you for adding to the conversation. I appreciate you. That's how you do it.
And you know what? It takes a special kind of person to do that, because I think that you have to have thick skin, and you honestly, you have to be like emotionally and mentally like intelligent to be able to have someone critique you or even say anything like that. Like it has to come from you. You have to learn. Because I remember like at the beginning when we opened the shop and we had people come in every day and they had an idea for us or some way that we can do things different, or a review that was like something so out of our hands. And it's like at the beginning you get very offended because you're like, well, I'm putting all my effort, all my time, 10 to 12 hours here, my energy, my creativity in doing this, and then you're going to come and it's so easy for you to dismantle it. And it can get to you. Like anything, I think anything creative that someone does and that you put out for people, like you said, like Gil said, like it is open game and it's fair game for someone to come and do it, but it doesn't mean that it always feels great,
No, absolutely.
And it takes time for you to realize, okay, who am I hurting more by getting so angry if I do react to this? Am I hurting them that they're, I don't know, probably nowhere near you and turning off their computer or turning off their phone and then forgetting about it? Or are you hurting yourself that's, trying to see why didn't this person like it? Why did he say this? Why did he say that? Like it could become a really vicious cycle at the beginning.
Absolutely. And pretty early on, like when I first started doing it, sometimes I would like things would kind of get to me, like whatever. But as time went on, I'm like, no, it's kind of like I said, just if it's worth engaging, because I kind of want to like use it as like a teachable moment sometimes when people say things like that, when you try to tell them, hey man, like I said, it's not black and white, it's this. But sometimes, if someone, tells me to, F off, or, that doesn't happen that often, but, sometimes it happens, or somebody you could tell that they're not like all there, like, you know, they're like with, you know, their mental health, or they're having some sort of crisis or something, and they're commenting things that like make absolutely no sense, I don't have to respond to it.
No,
I don't have to acknowledge it, you know, or I can just delete it and then I don't have to deal with it, you know. So I learned that pretty early on, where it was like, hey, you know what, like I respond to like, you know, probably like 99% of like comments, you know. Sometimes it's just a thumbs up or a thank you or whatever kind of stuff. But it, like the comments where somebody obviously is looking for like for an argument or whatever, like I'm like, if I can speak to them in a way that I feel like I'm not gonna attack them, I'm gonna try to like do like a teachable moment, cool. But if there's absolutely no way that I'm like, if somebody's ranting about, you know, some weird thing that has nothing to do with the video, I just ignore it, you know, because it's just like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, of course, because you have a choice. I mean, you have a choice to respond to it or react to it, and most of the time you should just be responding to it. I mean, your response can be a no response, or it can be a teachable moment. But I think for the most part, for something like you do, to create that platform to or that make that moment a teachable moment is the best thing, especially coming from like the kind of content that you create. No, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
No, honestly, it because you're like, every day is crazy, dude.
No, it
that is wild. When did you decide to, hey, I'm gonna do a daily thing now?
So just like me getting online, like I have my wife to thank or blame, depending on, you know, because she's the one that got me to start making videos online, you know, because like whenever we be driving somewhere or whatever, I always pointing things out and giving her like lectures and stuff on. She would always be like, dude, like, don't tell me, tell them, you know. And the one thing I kept telling her was like, I want to get more consistent with how I post, because sometimes like I go through like, you know, it's like feast or famine. It's like I'm either like super focused and I'm like working really good, or like I don't feel like doing anything, you know. And she was like, well, why don't you like put yourself on a schedule? And then I had bought these 2 books that are like Today in California History. And then I was like, well, why don't I just do it Today in California History? That'll force me to be like consistent. I have to post, you know, every day. But then I started thinking, I'm like, there's no way that I can like work on tomorrow's video like today, you know. I have to like get ahead of it, you know. So I was trying to find a way to do that. And like I said, right now I have all of July done already, so I at least have a little bit of a cushion. But yeah, that's how that started. She was like, you should try to get on a schedule. And I, of course, instead of me being like, oh, I'll do every 2 weeks, I was like, I'll do it every day. Like I took it to, you know, like in the other direction of probably what she meant, you know, like, you know, like she's probably like, hey, no, I meant like put yourself on the schedule like once a month or twice a month. And I just, you know, but it's helped me to like sort of refine my workflow. You know what I mean? Like that's been like the positive outcome of that, because having to do the research and the, you know, the summarizing stuff and you know, recording the videos and all that kind of thing, like it's helped me kind of like be better at like managing my time, and then, you know, just being consistent. And that was the one thing that I had a really hard time before, is like staying consistent.
And creating, and not only just the posting and the scheduling and all that, but it's also like the different layers that people don't understand. Like it's your voiceover, getting get the actual information, doing the voiceover, creating the script, writing the script, talking into the microphone or whatever you're doing with the script, picking the photos. Like there's so much that goes into it.
Yeah, I mean, and I recently started using like Chat GPT for like the images, because that was one of the big problems that I had before, was that like I was kind of like AI is kind of, you know, a weird thing, but I was like, I can use it as a tool to help make these videos better, you know, because whenever I didn't have a picture,
right,
I would just cut to me talking to the camera, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and then sometimes like some of the stories that I have, like there's like no pictures at all of whatever I'm talking about. You know, there's like no illustrations. There's nothing.
There isn't. Yeah.
So I've been using the Chat GPT to fill in the gaps, and it's been really great, because then I don't have to be on camera. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it's like the 2 books that I have are really great. But the thing is that sometimes the stuff that's like for that day is kind of like a stretch. You know what I mean? Like one of the books is like, oh, today, you know, Mary Smith got a patent on a new iron in San Francisco. And I'm like, well, is that really, I mean, yeah, it's history. But I'm like, she got a patent. I'm like, okay, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I want to talk about that, you know, or sometimes, you know, they get their dates wrong. Like even in those books,
really,
because I always try to double check. Like, so it's not like I'm just like taking whatever they're saying at face value, just summarizing it and just putting it out there. Like I cross-reference things because I want to make sure that I'm putting out the right information. And I've had that where someone says that this happened on a date. I go and I like Google and I look at stuff and it's the wrong date. I'm like, I can't use that. So there's still like me doing research outside of just reading the books. And then when whatever is the thing for that day, if I don't find it that interesting, or I feel like I've talked about, you know,
something,
you know,
similar,
that thing similar too many times. Like I like go and look and Google, you know, like I Google like, you know, trying to find like the major cities in California, right? It's like, you know, what happened today in Sacramento history or LA history or, you know, whatever. And so there's sometimes where I have to like go off of those books and find my own like stories and stuff, you know, and those have been really cool because I end up finding things that are like really obscure, you know, that people that you've never heard of. And that's been kind of cool to like highlight people that some people haven't heard of.
Well, there's lots of history, so you have an infinite amount of content. I can only imagine just you deciding like what to do that day within what, like over, I don't know, I'm throwing that number out there, like 100 years, 200 years maybe. Could be even more. I don't know.
I mean, so I think some of the stuff goes back like 400, 500 years. You know what I mean? But it's weird because there's like, I was finishing doing the research on August, and there was days where there was like nothing.
Really?
Or there was like two things, and I'm like, that's weird. Like what was going?
Like 500 years ago, California was like,
yeah, it's like August 21st.
We don't want to do anything today. We're just gonna chill.
Yeah, exactly. So, but luckily, like I finished all the research for August already, so I'm starting to write the scripts for August. So my goal is to finish August before August, so that way I have all of August to like work on other stuff, you know. So fingers crossed that
that's a really good idea.
Yeah,
I was I dabbled in or I've been dabbling in TikTok, but I've been doing for books. I like to read. So I've been doing recommendations of books, but for Latino authors.
Oh, that's great.
So my thing is strictly on, like, I'm only showcasing Latino authors. And I've just kind of been doing like a carousel of books, and I've been getting a really good, like good views and everything. And then people started asking me like, oh, can you do like actual reviews on the books, or kind of like a shortened version so that we can see if we want to do it. And I'm, again, not someone that wants to be on camera. So I'm like, I don't really want to do like, and it was working for me that I was just doing like pictures. But I like what you said, like kind of using the AI to help generate some images, maybe some things from, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, if I had the money, of course I would hire an artist to draw these things for me. But, you know, but I'm a for the most part, it's a one-man operation. Like I research, I write, I film, I edit, you know, most of the time by myself. When I'm like doing like the longer videos, Ellie, my wife, will go with me, or sometimes my brother will go film with me, or occasionally my friend Joel will film. And when he films with me, he edits. So that's great because I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's like, you know, you gotta use the tools that you have available to you. You know what I mean? So I was very much like, I don't know about, you know, AI, but, you know, it's kind of one of the things where it's like, it's, you know, if I can use it to enhance the stuff that I'm doing, you know, that I'm going to use it. But obviously, like, if I can use real pictures, I insert them in there. And if I had any talent, I would draw, but it would just be stick figures.
I think everybody just wants to draw. Honestly,
yeah,
I want to draw. Amber talks about wanting to draw all the time. Have you seen those AI generated like videos, like they're like kind of like animated videos, but of like people like in like Jesus times or whatever. Have you seen those? Like it shows like it'll show like Noah gathering like animals and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it will show like who was in the lion's den?
Man, you have to have
like David and Goliath.
Yeah.
Like those things are wild. And they look like real too.
That's gonna bug me now because like who's the dude in
Daniel?
Was it Daniel in the Lion's Den?
No,
I think
look it up.
I don't know. You guys are asking the wrong person.
Yeah, we had a whole episode on religion, and Amber was.
No, I mean, I always tell people that I'm agnostic, but I'm culturally Catholic.
Okay.
Because being Mexican, you're raised, for the most part, most Mexicans are raised in the Catholic Church.
Sure.
And everyone wants me to be their kid's Nino. So like, but so yeah, very much culturally Catholic, but I like going to quinceañeras and baptisms and stuff, but like I don't go to church on Sundays.
See, and I'm the Mexican.
Daniel.
I'm first generation, but I did not grow up in the Catholic Church at all, like zero, on both my mom and my dad's side, which is pretty odd.
It's odd.
But I know nothing. Like I used to, I know I've said this on here before, that I used to lie with my friends about having my primera comunión, because all my friends at some point were like, oh, I'm gonna have my primera comunión, and then I was like, oh yeah, me too. And they'd be like, oh, you're gonna invite us? And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have it in Mexico.
It's private.
Yeah, no, because some of my friends would have them in Mexico, like whenever they would go.
Yeah.
And then they would do it over there, and then of course no one could join. So then I would be like, oh no, it's because I'm joining in Mexico. And they're like, oh, how cool.
So it's like the kid in high school that'd be like, yeah, I have a girlfriend, but she goes to another school.
Yeah, imagine me, and I was lying about having a primera comunión. Dumb.
And that's that's the first communion?
Your first communion.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Bible, Daniel was an individual thrown into the lion's den. He was placed there as a punishment for continuing to pray to God. Oh, okay. So he was getting
Punished
for praying to God, despite a law forbidding prayer to anyone but the king. Oh, gotcha. According to the story in the book of Daniel. So it was Daniel. See if you could pull up one of those videos of the AI generated. My
AI is getting crazy.
My cousin's been posting these, and I think they're like the coolest things ever.
They're like animating like the Bible stories or
Yeah,
whatever.
they're like just like Bible stories, but it's like like pretty wild stuff. Like just the animation, it looks pretty real. Like it's getting crazy.
Yeah,
AI is getting way too crazy.
No, it is. It's we're a few years from it becoming self-aware and Skynet being like a real thing.
They've been warning us for years about this stuff.
Yeah, and we don't learn.
We're like, oh,
They're
hey,
like, oh, really?
you want to help me with my homework? Sure.
Right.
You want to help me with my videos? Sure. Wait, before I put this, talking about AI, they were saying now too that people are using AI like for OnlyFans or for like,
whoa,
like, yeah.
Actually, I've heard a couple of things like that, like with OnlyFans, but also with like fake profiles for Instagram, like fake AI generated influencers.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did hear about. Yeah,
I did hear about that too.
Yeah,
like they were literally like copying some like other people's content and then creating like an AI like profile and then having that profile say like word for word whatever that person said, but it's like some AI generated influencer.
Yeah,
or whatever.
or I also seen like a brand, like let's say like us, like or the drink, whatever you're drinking, Gilbert. And instead of hiring influencers or sending them product, they're creating these AI generated people to actually like
drink the product,
talk about it, party with it, whatever.
Whoa.
I mean, that's got to violate some FTC rules, but
What's FTC?
The Federal Trade Commission.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like,
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's just like there's like you ever see like when people even on social media, like they have to put like it's a branded deal, so I have to put like sponsored at the bottom.
Oh, okay,
whatever,
yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like, that's so that you don't run afoul of like the FTC, because if because it's what they call like truth in advertising kind of thing. So it's like if you're getting paid to like review this coffee or whatever, like you have to like announce that, because then if not, it's like false advertisement kind of thing, and you can get in trouble, for that. So
yeah, you have to disclose to people that you're getting paid.
Oh,
and that's like one of the big like rules on like social media. Like, I like it's not like I don't have any branded deals, or anything like that. But it's like one of those things where like they'll strike you for that, for like not, labeling that something was, they always ask you like, did you receive any sort of payment or whatever for posting this? Yeah.
That's why it says paid
So you
partnership.
have to say.
Yeah.
You have to.
So say if I get paid for, I don't know, say this pen, right? This pen. Oh, to talk about the pen, I got to tell. This is a paid advertisement.
Paid advertisement.
Yeah,
They're paying me
on
to
your
use this pen.
Instagram, it has like a button.
There's like there's a button, but even like on YouTube, like you've seen them when people have their videos, they're like, oh, we're gonna take a pause to talk about NordVPN or whatever, and then they cut, and they have to put that in there because if it's not disclosed, like like YouTube and Instagram and those they don't play about that kind of stuff. Like you can get a strike, because of that, and then also like you don't want the government coming after you for violating the rules or whatever.
Oh. So you have to say it. What if you don't? What if you? So you get like sued or something?
Yeah, you
don't.
You can get
like you're under contract, right?
Like I mean, I'm trying to remember when that kind of stuff came about. I think it was maybe like the 80s, maybe, or maybe even earlier. Like about like putting out a commercial and not disclosing certain things, and then people getting upset, and then the government, the organizations getting complaints about, hey, like, this is false advertisement or this person's getting paid and they didn't disclose it. So then that becomes like a thing where they have to get involved. So like they made the rules of kind of basically saying like, if you get paid to do anything and you're promoting it on like TV or, on social media now, like you have to disclose it because that, and that's why some people will say, hey, like, this is not a paid sponsorship. So they let you know up front, hey, like I'm not getting paid to do this. This is me just, talking about this.
Believing in the product or whatever.
Yeah, that was my follow-up question to what if like you have a product or like you really like a product and you want to say, hey, like I really like this. Like,
you just state that you're not being paid.
Yeah, you just say that you're not being paid.
But can the company like say, hey, like we don't want you to do that?
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean? Say if it's like a super, I don't know. That's a bad example I was going to use. say I like this and say, hey, I did a podcast last night and we both took this, which we did, and we set this on the podcast last night. And somebody from Alpha Brain, I said it, shit. Damn it.
This is not a paid.
Yeah, this is not a paid advertisement. Say somebody from that company and said, hey, like we don't want you to, like, you think that ever happens?
I mean, if it's being portrayed in a negative way, like in the, I'm sure, like, that
if you're bashing it,
you're bashing it, or you're doing weird stuff with their product, then they're probably gonna have
they're like, Ricky, it's meant to go in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because I don't know how much legal recourse you have, but you could probably
but I mean, other than that, I would think like they wouldn't mind because it's free advertising,
right? But if I had a like a super far right podcast, right, super far right, and it's like a brand that
they
doesn't
could
want to
message you and say, we don't want to be associated with you.
Yeah,
absolutely. Will they sue you? Probably. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what's happening with like all the music that Trump uses, like for his rallies.
A perfect example.
Like recently too, I think a band just
they like send like cease and desist.
Like, hey,
really?
don't be using our music because we don't represent you. Like,
because I think with like music, it's like
it's copywritten.
It's
right?
copywritten, and there's like you have to pay, like certain fees like for performance or playing it a thing, because the thing is it implies like endorsement. You know what I mean? So I think that's like the major issue with that. But you could just send cease and desist, and I mean, in like the grand scheme of things, like cease and desist letters don't really have like a lot of like
power.
Bite. It's just it's sort of more like a warning. It's like,
hey,
don't. Like, we're asking you to stop doing this. If you don't stop doing it, then we're gonna take like legal recourse. And that may include suing you or that kind of stuff. And most of the time, like the cease and desist letter is more than enough to like get people to stop doing something.
We sent a DM to a company one time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
They like literally copied, how we have the mural upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
So they literally like got a screenshot of the mural and printed that out and wrapped
Yeah.
their entire like food truck with it.
Wow.
Yeah. They were in another state, but still.
Did they respond to your DM?
No, but then like a couple weeks later, they rewrapped.
Yeah, see, like I mean, that DM is like was like a cease and desist. It's like, hey, if you don't stop doing that, Amber's gonna come over here with a baseball bat.
Yep. Break your legs. Just kidding.
Break your fingers.
I don't know if we talked about this the last couple times, but do you guys remember when I think there was like a strike, right? Which was like the actors' strike or something, where they were saying about how they were scared about that I guess AI wanted to scan like the actors, like pretty much writing off your rights of like yourself, and then they were gonna use them in like movies, and,
Right.
like to do a whole movie with them without them actually acting there. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's the thing is that like and luckily there's unions that are help negotiate these things and whatever. But yeah, that was the thing where they're like, because a lot of people make money like as extras, and so like some people like that, they make extra money as extras. People have healthcare through that, because if you are a background actor and I mean I don't know how much they get paid, but let's just say like for the sake of argument, like you go work a background gig, you get $150 for the day plus your meals or whatever. But if you happen to go and maybe get a line or two, you can get your SAG card. And now you're in now you're in SAG, and now you might have like insurance and that kind of stuff. So, obviously those people want to keep working. And one of the things where they're like, oh, well, we'll pay you, this much money up front to use your likeness. And then now we don't need to use background actors anymore, but then that can go further and be like, oh, like, hey, Gil, like we're going to, take your likeness and your voice, and now we're gonna make movies about with you, without you, in them.
Yeah,
like that stuff I don't agree
like
with.
As in like main characters.
Yeah,
like full on series.
Like it's like like basically it would be like the equivalent of like cloning like like a big actor like Tom Cruise or whatever, and just having them like just saying things and acting in things that are that they weren't in, it's like a one-time payment. And the big thing is always it's in perpetuity, they always say that, it's like forever.
See if I don't have an issue with that unless like every time you're being shown like a kind of like a royalty type of deal, right?
There's no royalty.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would be fine if there was that type of deal, kind of like a music deal basically, right? Every time music is played on the radio, it generates some type of revenue.
Is like the issue too is like people's legacies and things like that. Like do you really want like somebody like James Dean like selling car insurance? You know what I mean? Like because that's happened.
Yeah, that's happened already. Where
they can just
that's true.
And it's happened before where I forget the actors where they've made like. And this is pre AI kind of stuff where they like, had like celebrity. I think it was I might have been like clothing, whatever. They had like Audrey Hepburn like selling like clothes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That kind of stuff.
They had a Marilyn Monroe one too, I think.
Yeah, so it's like obviously like their estate is probably is obviously involved in that, and they were okay with with that. But it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, like. That person's legacy, like was their acting career, and now they're selling car insurance.
And then it can go. We can go down the road of it being like really dark and doing like inappropriate things, or like
JFK being like the announced person for like the National Rifle Association or something. That'd be terrible.
No, not like that. Like videos, like like the. What's the one that they did recently, like the past couple months, where they leaked, they put up the video of Donald Trump smelling Elon Musk's feet. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. So they like in a federal building,
right?
The morning of, and people walked in, and then it was on all the screens.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen one of these? Let's go back to these things. Even these, people could make full-on movies of these in a matter of days. Look at that. What if Peter had an iPhone? Isn't that crazy, dude?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ah.
What is that one? Someone
said the tomb is empty.
things are just wild, dude. We are so back. That's funny, dude.
I wonder what software people use to do those things.
There's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of different ones.
Yo, fam, they don't know that
God.
GOD is about to BRB. This is wild.
I don't know how, like, where the line of this is, like, very highly offensive versus this is all fun and games.
I was ready to throw up, and then no way, no actual way, he's standing, bro. He's W-walking. That's good, fam. Your boy David here.
Oh, there you
about
go.
to yeet this little stone at Goliath and see what happens.
All right, guys, it's official.
Yeet.
They're throwing me into the lion's den. I'll
There
film
he
what I
is.
can, Dre, and if I survive, this is gonna blow up.
Okay, guys, quick update. I'm the reason for the storm.
They voted, I lost, and apparently the solution is...
Here's Jonah.
So yeah, no internet, 500 animals, and I already regret sitting near the camels. Guys, the sea literally opened up. I'll
Bible
explain
core.
later. We're walking through now. And no, this path isn't on Google Maps.
Guys, what if I just peeked back real fast? I mean, the city's literally on fire. I kind of want to see.
Are you out of your mind? Don't look back. That's literally the one rule.
Yo,
What
fam,
happens?
they don't know
She
that
turned into salt.
GOD is about to
Salt?
Really?
Yeah,
BRB.
that's I forget the name of her. I forget the name of the woman, but yeah, it was like the whole thing of like they were leaving the city, and the one thing that God told them not to do is like look back. And she looked back, and she got turned into like a pile of salt or something. Like that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not fun.
it's crazy to remember all this stuff.
How do you when did you know that you were interested in like history? Like, because I have like an inkling in like history. I like a lot of architecture, like historic buildings, things like that, but not enough to like want it to be my entire like, you know, like to really deep dive myself into it. Like what was that pivotal thing for you, or when did you even become interested?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, like I used to watch Foo Howser all the time, so that was a big influence. Is him going around, and he didn't necessarily just focus on history. He like showed you stuff, but that kind of sort of started a little bit of like, oh, I kind of want to explore things. And then I remember when one of the big pivotal things was the fourth grade. You know, here in California, everyone does the mission projects in the fourth grade, right? And that was the first time that and it sounds dumb to say it, but it's like that's the first time that I realized that like California had indigenous people. Because, you know, whenever we learned about, you know, indigenous people, it was always like you learned about the Pilgrims, and the Pilgrims came, and then the Indians helped them, and that was the first Thanksgiving or whatever. Or, you know, they mentioned like the Trail of Tears, you know, but they never really like, I never was taught about like the native people to California. So it was when I did the mission project, I did my project on Mission Santa Barbara. And when I was doing the research for that, I learned about the Chumash. And I was fascinated because like the Chumash, one of their staples of their diet is acorns, and acorns are poisonous. Like you can't just like grab an acorn and just eat it. Like,
it's poisonous?
Like, yeah, it's poisonous. And so the Chumash, they figured out a way to like remove, I forget what it is that's in the acorns that's harmful, but they literally would get the acorns and then like grind them up into like powder. And then they had these baskets that they made, and then they would wash that powder in the river. And I don't know, they would have to do it like so many times to get rid of that stuff. And then once it was clear once it was safe to eat, they would use that like to make like their type of bread, or they would make it in like a type of like soup or that kind of stuff. So that to me was fascinating, because I was like, up to that point, I didn't know that we had like native people in California, because we were never taught about that. So that moment was one of those where I was like, oh, like there's things that happen that I haven't been taught, that I kind of want to like seek out, you know what I mean? So that was like Hugh kind of planted that thing of like wanting to like explore things, but then that project kind of opened my eyes to like there's things that I'm not being taught that, you know, I can go and seek out on my own. And then I've always had really awesome history teachers. Like when I was in junior high, my 8th grade history teacher, Mr. Higby, he was awesome. And he for our field trip, he took us to the Central Library in downtown. But he took a class of 38th graders on public transit, so we didn't go on a school bus.
Oh,
we rode the bus from Gage Middle School to the Blue Line station, and then we hopped on the Blue Line station and we went downtown, and that opened up a whole new world for me because like up to that point I only went to the library in Huntington Park, close to home, and now I went to I don't know have you ever been to the Central Library downtown?
No, I don't think so. Have you ever?
It's 7 stories.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's like
Pull it up.
Three stories up and like 4 stories down. It's huge.
It's really nice.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's huge.
You've seen it before?
I've seen it in pictures. Yeah.
And so like that opened like a whole new like world to me, So then, I was 14, 15 years old, and that would be like what I would do on the weekends. Like I would go to the Central Library, and then I would go like look for these things that I wasn't getting taught, and then in high school, I had one history teacher for 3 years that I was in high school, Mr. Wolf, and he, I would ask him questions, and instead of giving me the answers, he would tell me, "Well, why don't you go look it up? Go look it up, and then come back and we'll talk about it." So he got me to go and do my own research.
Yeah.
I want to go. So all the combination of that is what got me like interested in wanting to like study and learn history, because I'm fascinated about how this thing led to that thing, led to this thing, and then that's why we have this. You know what I mean? So those were the big influences for me to want to study history.
Dang.
That is super cool that your teacher would say that. Hey,
he's like, go
look it up and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. And I would hang out with him at like lunchtime. We would I would read the newspaper in the morning, and then we would like talk about like the daily events or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when I had a question, hey, like, well, what about this? He's like, oh, like go look it up. He's the reason I got into the Lord of the Rings. Like he's like the reason, because I remember when I was in high school, they were working on the first. I think the first Fellowship of the Ring was going to come out, and then I told him, "Oh yeah, like I want to read the books before the movie comes out." And he's like, "Oh, you need to read The Hobbit first." And so I went checked out The Hobbit at the library. I read it, I devoured it, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, now I want to read The Lord of the Rings." But it's funny because The Hobbit, I think I read it like in one day. The Lord of the Rings took me like a year to read, because I had to read that thing with a dictionary, because some of the words in there were just like, what does this mean?
And this is the first book? Wait, so to my understanding, Lord of the Rings is just one book, but in film they split it up into three different movies?
So the Lord of the Rings is like a trilogy. So it's like the first book is the Fellowship of the Ring. The second book is the Two Towers, and then the third book is the Return of the King. So it's like how the movies were, like that's how the books were.
Oh.
But the Hobbit is like a prequel to that,
right?
And so and if I remember correctly, the Hobbit came out after the Lord of the Rings. But he told me, he's like, if you're gonna read it, read the Hobbit first, because that kind of like sets up the Lord of the Rings. And so, again, he's like, go find the book, go look it up. And so I went, and then I devoured it. But like I said, like the Lord of the Rings is like, I had to read it with a dictionary and a Lord of the Rings encyclopedia, because that was the Tolkien mentions people like in the stories. Oh, so and so did this, and I'm like, who's that? And then I go look in the encyclopedia, and it's like, oh, that person's only mentioned once, and it's on that page. I'm like, well, then why are you mentioning them? Like I'm over here trying to keep all these characters in my mind, like because I'm like, is this important for me to know later on? So yeah.
Wait, so the Lord of the Rings had their own encyclopedia, or is it just a general encyclopedia
So Tolkien was like he invented like those languages that they speak in the Lord of the Rings, like Elvish. Like he created that language.
Really?
Yeah. So he was like really like hardcore into like creating the world of the Lord of the Rings, like the alphabet and the language.
Holy
and all
crap!
Kind of stuff. So it's one of those things that's been like studied and analyzed. So the encyclopedia that I got is like somebody put together an encyclopedia of all the characters in the Tolkien universe. So that's what helped me read the Lord of the Rings, was the encyclopedia and the dictionary, because some of those words he was using there I'd never heard, never seen.
Is this the library, Amber?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Central Library.
That looks cool. The Central Library, and you said this is in downtown LA?
Yeah, downtown LA. It's on 5th Street. It's beautiful. It's like I said, like the grounds are nice, but like it's 7 stories of just books, and they have like the
boom.
They got really cool collections. They have like a collection of like old restaurant menus. They got like collections. Yeah. Like
Amber's awake now.
I'm awake.
Yeah, they it's awesome, and you can make appointments to like go see these things.
Really?
You know? Like you just have to make an appointment with the librarian that's in charge of that. But they have like a collection of old maps. They have a collection of the menus, old phone books. Because that helps people do like genealogy research and that kind of stuff. So yeah, they have all really cool collections there.
It kind of like saddens me, like because we were. I think I had this conversation with my sister the other day, because you were talking about like encyclopedias, and I remember that my dad bought. Some guy came selling encyclopedias to the house. And my dad was like, nah, we don't need them. And my mom was like, yes, let's just get them. Like, the girls are going to, need them at school at some point, whatever. And my mom said that they put them on, like, a payment plan. Mm-hmm. So they paid them in, like installments. And, I mean, I didn't know that until now that I'm older, but I always grew up with encyclopedias.
Yeah.
And it was always like, oh, I have a project, Mom. Okay, go get, letter C for California when we did, like, the missions or things like that. And now I think about it, like, everything is like at our disposal. Like you don't even need that. Like even libraries, they were saying that are kind of like they're dying out. And then there's a lot of them are federally funded and they don't want to pay anymore to keep libraries open. And to me, I'm like, oh, like
what happens then? What happens then when there's no more libraries? Like what do they do?
I mean,
everything's digital.
Well, right? I mean, but that's the thing about libraries is that they've been really good at adapting, to the times. So like you have a library card, like you have access to like all kinds of things. Like you can get like free audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
There's like free.
That's what I do.
Yeah, subscriptions to like I think it's called like one of the apps is called like Libby.
Yeah,
so you can have like audiobooks. You can rent movies.
Libby and Hoopla.
Hoopla, yeah, and then access to databases like newspapers, like old newspapers and that kind of stuff. So the libraries have been really good at adjusting to like the digital age and kind of like embracing that kind of stuff. But I mean, I don't know. To me, there's nothing like I'd rather open a book. Like I have.
Do they even teach that anymore up here?
What?
How to research?
That's the thing. When I was in high school.
Is that an actual class?
Well, that's the thing is that like I remember thinking like, man, it'd be so like the internet sounds awesome. We're gonna have all the knowledge in the world at our fingertips, and we're all gonna be so smart and educated. And then now it's like like it's like it made it.
You don't even have to think.
It went the complete opposite. It's like you're like like oh yeah like. Fascism is bad, and then someone's like, "Grok, is this true?" It's like things like that. It's like it's like people don't think for themselves or that kind of stuff.
But we're even losing the ability to like. I've told Gilbert before, like I know how to read a Thomas guide. My dad showed me how to read a Thomas guide, so I have pretty good sense of direction even without it. Like and I mean, I'm always like a passenger, and I'm very observant. Like I'm not in the car on my phone. I'm not like I'm looking, and I'm like, oh my god, look at that restaurant. Oh, look at this. Oh my god, look at that sign. Oh,
is it a left or a right, Amber?
Like
is it a left or a right,
like
Amber?
I'm always like observing. So then when we go by it again, or somebody talks about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. And Gilbert's like, oh, we've been here before, and I'm like, yeah. But I also, my sense of direction is very, very good. And I was like, my dad said the other day, right? He told us, he's like,
I think you get that from your father.
Yeah, my dad has really, really good sense of direction.
That's me too.
It's like the way that my brain works, it works like, I can't tell you, oh, it's on Slauson and I don't know, 4th Street. I don't even think they cross, but I'm just
Krispy Kreme across from
exactly.
Carl's Jr.
I'm going to be like, oh, there's a Carl's Jr. and then there's like this Chinese food place there and then there's a park bench. Like I can literally, like it's like in my brain. Like it just stays in my brain and I'm mapping it out.
You're able to navigate it. Yeah, my dad did the same thing. When we were kids, my dad used to be like, hey, we're going to your aunt's house in Santana. Here's the Thomas guide. And me and my brother were like, okay, we got to go here. We got to go there. So when I became an EMT, like we had to use Thomas guides to get around. This was like right at the border, like when people started getting GPS and they had like the Garmin and whatever kind of stuff. And I remember I get so frustrated because I was the driver and I had like the partners that I would work with, and then I'd be like, "Oh, we got a call. Like, can you look at my Thomas guide?" And they're like, "Hold on, let me punch it in." I'm like, "Dude, grab the Thomas guide and just look it up because it's just like it's like quick, And yeah, I have a really good sense of direction because of my dad too. Because it's like, oh, we got to go east, we got to go west, we got to go, whatever. But just the fact to like, be able to read a Thomas guide, we're obviously like super like over reliant on the technology. But like I was telling Gil, like on the way here, like I hit traffic. And I was like, I'm just going to get off and take Artesia because I know that I could just take Artesia, you know what I mean? All the way or whatever. So, like I feel bad for like, I feel like our generation because I'm a little bit older than you guys, but we're still millennials. I'm more of an elder millennial kind of whatever. But we're like the last generation that like have those skills, like they had to like learn how to troubleshoot because you literally like, when you were growing up, you like you're you put viruses on the family computer, but you figured out how to download music and you troubleshot all these kind of things. Right. And, and we were the generation that kind of grew up with like the old media as we were transferring to the new media, and we were able to like adapt to the new media because we've always, since you were kids, I mean, like using like, playing Carmen Sandiego and Rita Rabbit on the computer, and then you move up to other things. Like we're like the last generation that has those skills. Yeah. Because like the newer generations is like, no, let me ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT. Let me ask Google. Like we're the last generation to look at a TV guide. Yeah. To look at a TV guide to figure out what we're gonna watch, next 2 weeks or whatever.
Or even calling. Remember when you would call, like, oh, can I get the phone number for Pizza Hut? And then they would like redirect you and like things like that. Like it's just
that was fun. I always like doing that. I always like talking
to
people.
What was that called? Info.
Yeah, the info
411.
411. Yeah. Info 411.
Or you had that number used to call to get the time. You used to call it like, at the tone, the time will be 4:30 p.m. Like you're just.
I remembered calling theaters, and when
for showtime
to see when. That was my whole childhood.
Okay, if there's one thing that I appreciate of like evolving from all of that is the theater
reserving your
seat.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because I could not fucking stand the anxiety of like getting to the theater and then like especially like if the show already started and then it was dark and you're all like, and we didn't have cell phones to light you up, so you're just like, oh my god, okay, there's 2 seats there, and then there's a seat there, and then
you
there's
end up in the front row.
You're like,
no.
So if there's something that I enjoy is that, because I even like find myself like really bored now with like my phone and social media, where it's like I don't even want to be on it. Right. It's just automatic.
Yeah.
Like the first thing I do in the morning is pick up my phone.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I like scroll and I'm like
doom scrolling for hours.
And that's like a real like thing. Like that there's like, like a weird like dopamine like release that happens when you do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I try to like disconnect, be like cognizant of like not being on like scrolling or whatever. Ellie and I started like going camping this year, and that's been great. I mean, we're still on our phones,
sure,
whatever, but
you're still
it's been nice to like, get out and kind of like, we got to set up the tent, we got to do this, we got to do that. So that's kind of helped like kind of disconnect. And then being home, like I said, like if I go out for a walk, I'm like, okay, I'll listen to music, but I'm not going to be scrolling. Like I'm going to go out for a walk for an hour, and I'm just going to listen to music, and I'm just going to like, be on my walk, because like we're constantly on looking at the screen. Yeah.
You know what's different now too is I was watching a video about like the death of a monoculture, and how there's so much media out, right? There's so much TV shows, there's so much music at our fingertips. There's just take for instance like the sitcom or the TV show. There's not many people that are. So like the monoculture, what used to be, right, is like one culture, like people, like a few people watching, or a lot of the people watching the same, TV show.
Yeah.
You're able to to have a conversation with somebody the next day about like
hey, did you watch that episode last night?
One episode or one movie or did you listen to their new album?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't able to because when I went to the record store, they were totally out of the CDs.
Or buying tickets.
Or buying tickets
At the record.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Concert tickets.
It sucks. Obviously, yeah, we have all this music, but there's so much choices to where, like, I get it. Like, even the stuff we do, right? The internet has given us a voice. It's given us a platform to be creative. Back then, when there was only where a few companies dominated the industry. It's not like that anymore. There's YouTube, there's Spotify, there's all these other different companies, right, that we're able to have our own platform. However, it's also created this huge influx of just everything all at once, and nobody is listening to the same thing anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody is watching the same show. I mean, yeah, there's Severance, there's what other there's White Lotus. People are watching other things, but there's very few people watching and listening to the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, granted, there's forums and different pages on the internet, but it's become like so like it's a good thing and a bad thing. I don't know where I'm coming from this, but
I get it because it's sort of like like you're never gonna have a moment like where everybody was like like. I'm dating myself like by a lot, but like I mean obviously I didn't see this live, but I remember like the show Dallas, and it was a cliffhanger like who shot JR, and that was like TV Guide, whatever it was. Everyone was talking about like who shot JR, or even like more recent like our generation like The Simpsons, who shot Mr. Burns.
Yeah,
I remember when that episode like when they did that, and it was like a whole thing of trying to figure out who it was. Everybody watched that episode of The Simpsons, and everybody talked about it. Everybody had their own theories and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you've like you said, you've lost that like that monoculture where like you had like 5 channels that you could watch.
I felt like we were all like together watching the same thing. Like we were all together watching and listening to the same thing.
And the thing is like now with like like the streaming and people just want to consume everything. It's like they're like, hey, did you binge watch the thing? Because I want to talk about it. It's like, dude. Like I couldn't watch 12 episodes of that thing or whatever, And then if you don't want to like ruin it for yourself, like you have to like stay off of the internet, and whatever, because people will ruin things for you,
right? And it was hard. I had to do that with Tom Segura came out with his new series on Netflix called Bad Thoughts. I literally like stop myself from binge watching. I watched. He only came out with like 6 episodes for the first season, and I watched it like granted every night, but I tried not to watch it all in one sitting because I felt like I consumed it a little bit better. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I should have consumed it maybe at least once a week to give myself like a week to really think or try to maybe watch the episode like. But
it's hard.
It was really hard. It was definitely hard, but you know what? It felt so good. I felt like I was like back in the 90s.
Yeah. No, I mean, like kids these days won't know the panic of like, you go to the commercial, like I gotta go to the bathroom, and then you like run to the bathroom, and then my brother's like,
has it started?
It's back on. Yeah, you're like trying to like hurry up and get back there, because if not, you missed it. You were never gonna watch it again.
Yeah.
Now I find myself like, I have started a show on like every streaming service that I have.
Yeah.
On Apple, on Netflix, on Hulu, Disney Plus. Like we have like 6 streaming services.
Yeah.
There's more than that.
Every morning.
Oh, like us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Every morning I get up and I'm like, all right.
What's today?
What am I going to watch today? And I end up watching nothing.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I get so overwhelmed with like, what should I watch? What should I watch here? This and that. And then the fact that I can like pause things. I'm like, you know what? I forgot I have to go, I don't know, boil pasta. And then I push pause. And then I go and then I'm in the kitchen and then I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm washing dishes. And then I come back and then I'm like, okay, I'm finally going to sit down. And then I sit down and then I'm like, oh shit, I have to go, do this. And it's like I don't know, like, no, what's the word? Like in Spanish, I can say like, no me lo saboreo. Like I'm not like enjoying anything because it's just too much.
Yeah, no, that choice overload is a thing, you know.
Yeah,
you end up. I mean, I end up watching the same stuff all the time. Like right now, I'm watching King of the Hill again for like the 10th time or whatever. You know, it's like people like at work. You know, they're like, "Oh, did you watch this show? Did you watch that movie?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
No. You know, like, whoa, what have you been watching? It's King of the Hill. Like, it's rare for me to be like I'm watching a new show or something that I haven't watched before. Like, I don't know. I just, even movies. Like, I don't really watch a lot of movies, you know. But people would just, like you said, like, you know, like they're jumping from thing to thing, and I'm like, no, like you don't enjoy it, you know. Like,
it's hard to.
Yeah.
It's hard to because you'll start a conversation with somebody. Hey, did you catch this of this? No, I haven't. Let me watch it.
Yeah.
And then you're watching it for a couple of days, and then you talk to somebody else. Hey, have you watched, White Lotus? All right. Let me put this on hold and watch this. So right now we have like 3 different TV shows that we're trying to get through.
Yeah.
We haven't finished anything. Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah. No, and you know the other thing too about talking about like us, like how we grew up, like, you know, we used to have what, you know, they call them like third spaces, you know. So it's like, you know, you have home, you have school or work, but you had like a third place where you like hung out with friends, you know. So like when we were growing up, like we went to like the mall, you know, or we went to this or we went to that, and like there's like not a lot of like those third spaces, like, you know, going to the record store or that kind of stuff.
The malls are dying.
Yeah, you know, like that stuff's also like going away, and that's kind of losing some of that, like, you know, like you said, like that monoculture. Because when, you know, you went to hang out, you hung out at places like that. You hung out at the mall, you hung out at, you know, the bowling alley, you hung out, you know, here, whatever. And now like people just don't do that. Like they don't get together and like, let's go hang out at the park. Let's go, you know, this. It's just like, no.
They're like, oh, I'll FaceTime you, or I'll see you on whatever game they're playing. And it's like, it's really sad. It's really sad because imagine us that we're adults, that we know, right? That like what it was before all of this. But imagine the kids like my nephews that all they know is, you know, digital things and electronic stuff, and it's like it's just so sad to me, like that's just someone's normal. It's like, oh, playing outside, like who the fuck plays outside? Like
like
exactly. You know, like it just doesn't happen. And when I do see it, like it makes me so happy. Like today we went to eat at my mom's house, and then we seen like a group of kids, and they were like pretending to be like cheerleading, and they were like outside.
That's cool.
And then even when my nephew I don't know what got into him or what he was watching, but there was a stool, and then he like punched the stool with his hand, and then he did it with his elbow, and I don't know what possessed him, but he like hit it with his face, and you just seen his face, and I thought it was so funny. Like, I know he got hurt, but in a way I was like, that felt good to see. Like, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. Because I feel like we used to get hurt.
We need kids getting hurt more. Yeah. Honestly, like the other day, right? We're over here, we're hanging out, and we're just leaving the studio, and we're just getting to the studio, and there's kids out here and they're skateboarding.
Oh, that's what I was telling you, the skateboard.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They're skateboarding, and it was just it's cool to see kids doing that instead
they'll never understand like Hollywood Video, Blockbuster.
That's the thing. There we go. Thank you. I
still have my Blockbuster membership.
Yeah.
It's I don't have it on me, but I have it at home. Like I found it. I was like, oh snap! Like my old Blockbuster membership.
Your membership.
Like the actual card.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I wonder if it works isn't there like the last Blockbuster in Oregon?
In Oregon, yeah.
Is it like Bend? Is it Bend, Oregon?
It might be Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah. Amber's parents gifted us like a huge box. She was like, "Hey, do you guys want this?" And I was like, "Oh, like what's inside of it?" Dude, I'm a pack rat. I'm gonna say I'm a pack rat.
He's not gonna care. He's gonna take the box.
I'll keep anything. If you give it to me, I'll keep anything.
Oh, maybe I want that as my background.
VHS.
What if I put shelves and then all the VHS?
That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be a cool background. Yeah,
that'd be dope. Yeah, you got it. Let's do it.
So you got a box of VHS?
Yeah, we got.
Oh, sorry, I gave away the.
We got boxes of. So she just said, "Oh, I didn't know what was in there."
My grandpa gave it to them.
Oh, that's cool.
So he's cleaning out. Like,
so is it like Mexican movies? Like
it's a little bit of.
You haven't looked through the entire thing, huh?
There. What was in there that I seen?
Risas en vacaciones.
No, I don't know. Gil didn't pull them out. I haven't even looked through it, but he pulled out a couple. Like Terminator, Titanic.
There's a Pokemon in there.
Are worth money. You know, like you have some.
There was even like Sega games that he put in there, like the FIFA one and like stuff like that. Like
you have a VCR.
There's the cool thing was some of them were rentals.
Oh yeah,
from
some
Blockbuster.
of them were rentals that he didn't give back.
You know, that was the thing that I used to love to go do is because they would
give them back.
No, they would they would buy like 50 copies of a movie, right? And then and after like kind of it died down, they would sell them for
Hollywood Video would do that.
Yeah. It's like 3 for $10 or whatever. So like Ellie and I would just go to Blockbuster and just buy like
that is awesome.
The movies. Because I always tell people that like if you really like something, like buy it on physical media because this whole like digital stuff, like you don't own anything. You know, so it's like oh like if you really like a movie, buy it on Blu-ray or whatever.
Blu-ray, DVD, whatever.
Because like the studios are very quick to like
pull it
disappear things, because they want a tax break or whatever. So if you really like a movie, like get it on Blu-ray.
Can they do that? Like if you buy let's say like Gil buys from Amazon Prime, he's always buying like movies. He's like, oh, that's my favorite movie, I'm gonna buy it. Like, can they pull it from there? And even though you, oh shoot,
because basically it's like you own you don't own like the movie, you own like a license to use it or whatever kind of stuff, and so they could just pull it.
They can.
Oh yeah,
I have Dirty Work right there with Norm Macdonald, Dirty Work and Artie Lang. If they take it out, then that's
it. So if you really like it, find it on DVD or Blu-ray because they could go away.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's not downloaded to your TV.
Yeah, like it'd be different if you had it downloaded to like a hard drive or something like that. But it's on their servers.
I'm gonna screen record it.
Stuff,
I'm gonna screen record it on this thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah, you can.
Hey,
I can do it.
Somebody play it talking about screen recording the whole thing. I don't know why it just popped up in my brain, but I guess. TikTok now lets you record more than like 10 minutes, right? Because 10 minutes was like the max. To post.
Yeah.
I found a page the other day that posts full-length movies. And it was literally like an hour and 30 something. And it was Nightmare Before Christmas.
On TikTok?
On TikTok. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
Well, they have movies on YouTube. YouTube has movies.
Yeah, but those are like most of the time when you see them on YouTube, it says like free, because you can rent movies from YouTube.
Yeah.
So sometimes they have movies on there that you can watch for free, but there's a license for that,
But the TikTok one threw me through a loop.
Yes, it's literally somebody just screen recording. Like, although I will say this, like from the TikTok stuff, I've seen movies and TV shows because I always see the clips on TikTok, and I'm like, man, what is this movie? And then I'll end up watching it.
I do too. I do too. See, and that's another thing that I'm over here.
I wonder if there's
an old lady ranting, but I also feel like TikTok has really, really messed up my attention span.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like really, really. If the video is longer than a minute, I'm like, and I scroll through, unless it's like a food one or something. But other than that, and I think that also is contributing to me not being able to physically sit and watch TV.
Yeah.
Because it's dragging. It's too long.
Yeah, get to the point already.
So I think I gotta detox myself.
I think so. It's TikTok and Instagram, social media, internet. This whole thing is just. We thought it. Like what you said, dude, like, oh, everybody's gonna be smart.
Yeah.
We're all gonna know everything.
Yeah, we went the exact opposite.
Dang, we're doing the equivalent of in my day.
Yeah.
Back in my day. We used to rollerblade.
Now I understand why old people would complain.
Yeah.
Although
we're gonna be cool old people. We can complain, but we're gonna be cool.
Well, earlier
we're gonna
today,
be cool.
I yelled
cool people
outside.
have VHSs.
I yelled out the window I can't stand cars that make a lot of noise now. Like I can't when they rev their engine or they're freaking like peeling out. Like it bothers me. And we were leaving, and then some car was like, brrr, and I was like, shut the fuck up! It doesn't sound cool. And I'm at like a second story window, so somebody heard
during
me.
the whole like.
Yeah, I was like, get out of here, pesky kid. Yeah.
You've become that lady. For
No,
sure.
you become that lady.
For what?
Give her to like, call the cops. Call the cops. Call the cops. I'm like, why? He's like, tell the landlord. Tell the landlord. They shouldn't be parking there. Call him. Yeah, we both have.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So.
No, what I is with the gym, and I'll say this, my people of Paramount, if you send your kid to the gym, don't send them somewhere else. Send them to Downey. Send them to Lakewood. Send them to down the street. Send him to a friend's house. I don't care. Just don't send him to the gym. They don't belong there. They don't, and especially it's summer right now, so they're just hanging out, and they're not even working out. Mom and dad, they're not working out. Hey, I'm gonna.
What are they doing? Creating content?
No, they're hanging. Yeah, don't even get me started on it. Okay, there's 3 things that I don't like at the gym right now: kids, couples at the gym, which, oh my God, and then random dudes screaming on the phone, talking to God knows what last night, dude. I was on a machine. I wasn't on a machine. I was hanging out with the dumbbells, and there was a guy standing right there being a creep. And there was like
watching
women in the
squat?
corner. No, there was
I thought watching
women in the corner. No, I was lifting with the dumbbells, and like he was like, which I didn't understand because he had
headphones.
He had AirPods on, and he was talking into his phone. Tell me how that makes sense.
Going back to third spaces, man. Those kids, if they had somewhere to go hang out, they wouldn't be at the gym.
No, this wasn't a kid. It was like maybe it was an older dude. But anyways, these kids, they hanging out in the locker room, and also they don't even bring their own lock. They don't bring
call cops.
They don't bring a lock. What they do is they open, and this is what really gets me.
Grinds your gears?
Really grinds my gears is I go and open up the locker, and there's shit in there. I'm like, are you fucking I go into another locker, and there's fucking bullshit in there. So you know what I do now, dude? I leave it open.
Oh my God.
And I go through all of them, and in one section, I just leave them open. Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Get a locker. They're $3.
And they're like, Grandpa, there's an old man in the locker leaving the doors open.
He's going through my stuff.
They probably don't know how to use a lock.
Okay. They need a digital one.
Yeah.
They need an app so they can unlock.
Like what? What do you?
That's the last line of defense, dude.
Your phone?
Huh?
The lock?
No, the lock. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know how to open a lock?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The heck?
Prove it.
I don't know, but there's more and more days. Like even just like earlier when I seen the kids like playing when they were cheerleading, and I was telling girls like, man, what? Because I grew up in that neighborhood where we were at, where my parents still live in the neighborhood I grew up, and I told him, I was like, I would give anything to go back one day and play in my front yard with my friends in the summer, like, and it's just like
literally we're just talking about that.
We literally were talking about that on our way over here, and it gets me really like choked up, where I'm just like, I can never relive that.
Yeah.
Like it just makes me so fucking sad.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things where you say like one day you hung out with your friends for the last time, and you didn't know,
and you never know
it was the last time. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
And here you are. You wanted to be an adult.
Yeah, I was telling her, dude, I was like, I didn't have the greatest, growing up, but I've always thought, I was like, you know what? I can't wait till I'm an adult. I could do whatever the hell I want. I can eat whatever I want. And look what happened to me.
Yeah. No, you know the one thing that I realized when I was a kid, I thought my parents like man, they got it all figured out.
Yeah.
And now
and now I'm like,
no, they don't. Like, no, they didn't. Like, they were just winging it, dude. They were like,
yeah.
Well, if he dies, he dies, kind of thing.
Right.
It's like, and now like at being their age and being like, I don't got shit figured out.
Yeah.
They didn't have it figured out, but it's like, it's I don't know, like I'm 41, but I still feel like I'm 16, 17 years old, like up here, obviously my knees hurt, my back hurts, kind of stuff. But, you're still a kid at heart or like, whatever, but like now you just have adult money and adult responsibilities.
Yeah.
A lot of adult responsibilities. Yeah. There's sometimes that I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like I could fucking eat cereal at this time if I want to.
Yeah.
Like I forget. Like I literally forget. Like, oh.
Wait, I can order pizza right now?
Like
what?
Like I have free will.
Yeah.
Like that's it. But then I'm like, dang it. I gotta call the doctor. I don't want to call. Like, and then I just won't. Because my mom used to do it.
I can have pizza right now, and then later on, you're like, oh, how you have a heartburn?
Now I gotta buy reflux stuff.
The day before yesterday, he was at my house, and he's like, I can't wait to be an adult. He's like, when I'm an adult, he's 5, okay? And he's like, when I'm an adult, I'm going to stay up real late.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no, you're not.
No, you're not. Because look at what's happening to Gilbert right now.
Gilbert was asleep.
I was asleep by like 6 p.m.
You did the old man thing where you sit in the chair and you're like...
No, he went in the room.
What I was going to say was, but also you get an understanding of like, damn, they didn't have it all figured out, but they had me, and I was like I'll just say this from my perspective is like, I thought like what you were saying. Oh yeah, the adults, they have it all figured out. Like, why aren't they doing this? Like, and to me, like, when you're let's say you're that age, like 12, 11, 12 years old, and you're like, fuck, like why aren't things okay? And then you think about it, it's like, dude, these, like, my aunt took care of me, I guess, around like my age now, and I'm just like, fuck, like she was taking care of like me, my cousin, like kids that weren't her kids, and it just it blows my mind because I you figure like, oh, like, dang, like it puts it into perspective, like thinking about that, and I just it blows my mind. It's like, dude, like,
but I do feel like adults were more adults back then.
You think so?
I don't know. Maybe because I still have that notion of like, my parents, like, they were my parents.
Yeah, maybe they were just like
winging it too.
Not winging it, but maybe your perception of them while they were in front of you. You know what I mean?
But I also feel like my parents, my dad's objective was like, I need a house, I need to have a family, and I need to put food on the table. And now we're like, if I eat, it's cool, but let me buy my, I don't know.
Your labubu?
My labubu or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that we're not responsible, but I feel like we just talked about it with our last guest, right? That I was saying that we're like the last generation we're a generation of adults that are like not childish, but we are what's the word I want to say, like paying homage to our younger selves. We're more in tune with our kid side.
I mean, the thing is too is like, we went to therapy or go to therapy and that kind of stuff, and like our parents didn't have those, you know what I mean? Like they didn't have those options, or they didn't know they were available to them. So like for them, they just dealt with their adult stuff, and then they never kind of, you said, like, paid homage to their childhoods or whatever, because some of them had to grow up really fast. Like my mom only went to the 3rd grade. She started working. My dad only went to the 8th grade. Started working. And now that we're like we're adults, and like I said, you have adult money now. You could be like, hey, you know what? When I was a kid, I always wanted that one thing. I'm gonna get it. Because why not? I was always interested in going here. well, I have money now. Let me go do that. But you said like you have your responsibilities, but I think we also have that mindset of like, at least I do. I'm like, dude, I'm not taking any of the money with me when I die. So like, I'm gonna eat the stuff that I want to eat. Obviously, try to like, not to go too crazy. But it's like I'm not gonna like overindulge in things, but I'm not gonna deny myself anything either. If I'm able to like splurge and go to this nice restaurant with me, I'm gonna go there. If there's something that like when I was a kid that I really wanted and it's available, I'm gonna go get it, because it's that thing of like, like you said, it's like it heals something inside of you. To be able to like do that kind of stuff. And like I said, like our parents didn't have those options, and I feel like we at least I go to therapy, I do all that kind of stuff, and that's when you realize, hey, you know what? Yeah, dude, there's a lot of childhood trauma that I have, or there's a lot of things, and getting that thing might sound silly, but it helps me. You know what I mean? It makes me feel better.
Yeah, I agree.
What was the last time you did something like that?
Let me think.
Cool purchase. Rollerblades. I think it was.
Yeah, he said he bought himself rollerblades. Our last guess.
Yeah.
You know what? I was thinking about buying myself a skateboard, but I'm like, I'm not gonna do it because
just do it,
yeah.
dude.
No,
I have a skateboard.
My dad has a skateboard.
My knees are not there.
You don't have to ride it.
Oh, that's true.
You can just carry it.
Just carry it
or put it up.
Yeah. Mine is sitting in the car.
Yeah. My dad and his best friend. My dad's always like skated, and then he, when he got a little older, bought himself like a Tony Hawk one, and did everything that he wanted. And then he would go outside and he would skate, and all the kids were like, oh, because he was a dad, but he was a younger dad. Yeah. So he was like the cool dad, and then he would build like ramps with the kids, and he would like play. But anyways, recently him and his best friend bought bikes for themselves. So they both have 2 bikes now. One's like a beach cruiser, and then the other is like a hybrid BMX type of thing. Well, my dad swore he could do a freaking like wheelie like he used to, and he fell on his tailbone and he like injured himself for like months. Wow. But his friend did not do that. But he's already bought himself like 6 bikes. Yeah. And then he just like displays them in his garage, and I'm like, why? And
no, see, like you just that's like the last big thing that I bought, because like Ellie had always said she wanted a tricycle, and I was always like tricycle, but that's like something she's always wanted, like a whatever. So one Christmas I bought her like a tricycle, and she loved it. She's like, oh, whatever. And I was like, you know what, man, like I got to get a beach cruiser. So then I bought a beach cruiser and then just go around the neighborhood and like ride, and it's like, thinking about it, it's like, why am I gonna buy that? Like, am I gonna use it every day? No, but you know what? Like, it's gonna make her happy.
Right.
Me having the beach cruiser makes me happy, because like, when's the last time I was on a bike? You know what I mean? So every once in a while, I just hop on the beach cruiser and just go for a little ride around the neighborhood. You know what I mean? So that's like the last like big purchase that I did, where it was like a couple $100 to like buy something that it was like, well, why not? Like, why am I not gonna buy that if that's something she's always wanted, and it's gonna like make her happy? It's gonna fulfill some desire from childhood to have that. Right. I'm gonna get her that. And then after that, I was like, man, like she's got a cool tricycle. Like I kind of want. I need to go get a beach cruiser. Yeah.
Dude, I'm always in favor of Amber always doing something, or doing a purchase or something. Just for that. I guess that heal of the inner child. Why not, dude? Yeah. Like, why not?
I was a little bit more like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I there was a lot of things that I was able to get, like that, my parents let me have and things like that. But there's certain things that like my mom wouldn't let me watch or wouldn't let me eat. We were just talking about this too. Like,
oh yeah.
Like the other day, because the snack wraps came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I had never had a snack wrap. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to let myself have like a snack wrap.
Yeah.
And then Gilbert was like, have you ever had a Pop-Tart? I'm like, I've never had a Pop-Tart. I've never had a Pop-Tart. I still, to this day, haven't had a Pop-Tart. And
I haven't had a Pop-Tart.
No.
So what you're saying is after this, we're going to go get some Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to live my entire life with no Pop-Tart. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. Like, for me, it's like those things, right? And also experiences. Like, like it's... But yeah, I mean, you go through life, and it's crazy because like you go through life remembering like I never had that, and it could be something as like insignificant. Like for me, okay, here's one thing that I would say that I would probably have and I don't know why my mom never bought it for me, but easy bake oven. I never had an easy bake oven. I had everything else but an easy bake oven. I should ask her why she never got me one. But
that'll be a good conversation.
But now, like, I bought myself.
Let's get her on the phone.
Like, I like to bake. I like to do all these things, and I bought myself like
maybe that's why
convection oven. What?
Maybe that's why she didn't. Maybe that's why you have the inclination now to bake and cook and stuff, because you were never able to when you were growing up without an easy bake oven.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But there's certain like few things that I'm like, you know what? I would like to get. But for me, what I enjoy the most, and I think it's like with me and Gilbert, like my dad, he worked everywhere, so my dad always liked to eat places or go places, and he would take us, and like, you know, he would make us like try foods or do things. So now, like, I'll tell Gilbert, like, oh, have you been there? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, we gotta go. And like, to me, that heals me, knowing that, like, kind of the same thing with you, like with the tricycle, like knowing that you're healing her, you know, something that she wants. Like, for me, like, that's more rewarding than me actually like getting something, is like seeing the expression of him, or taking him to, you know, a certain experience, or, oh, have you been here? No, I haven't. And like that's just, it's something that's like really nice. And
that's like your love language kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
Like, yeah.
What do you always say? You're it's like you experiencing it for the first time too.
Like you're experiencing it through him experiencing it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's great. It's a nice feeling.
And I took Ellie camping because I've been trying to get her to go camping, and every time I would try to take her camping, she's like, why? What do you want to be outside? And I was trying to explain to her, like, dude, like, there's nothing like waking up in the morning and drinking like a cup of coffee, like first thing in the morning, like you heated the water on the campfire, you sit there and it's like the nice crisp cool air, the birds are singing, whatever. She's like, I can do that at home. But then she went and she did it, and then when we went camping this last weekend, she's like, yeah, there's nothing like that. Like, I get it. And then to me that was like, it was great for me to be like, yeah, I was able to give her that experience, you know what I mean? And not only did I give her that experience, but that she liked it, and, you know, she enjoyed it. And that was great, because I was like so happy. I'm like, man, it took me 20 years, but I finally got her to understand, you know?
Camping's great.
Where'd you guys go camping?
We went to Julian.
Where's that?
San Diego County. So it's like eastern San Diego County. It's an old gold rush town. So of course, like I like, that's the one thing about disconnecting.
You had to incorporate history.
Yeah,
right?
of course, absolutely.
But that's the thing I learned, though, because before, when I would go out with Ellie and stuff, I was, let me film, let me do whatever, and it's like, no, like, I'm going camping. I'm gonna, I can do like research. I can see like, oh, this is a cool spot to come back to, or whatever. But it's like, I'm enjoying the camping experience, you know. But so we camped in, I think it's called Cuyamaca State Park. And then Julian's like 10, 11 minutes from there, like north. But yeah, it's like an old gold rush town. There was like a gold rush like in the late 1860s, 1870s. And then it's really famous for apples. Like, people go there for apple pie. So there's like two places that are supposed to be like, there's like lines out the door, like try these two places for their apple pie. And like, they're like, the downtown is like 2 blocks. It's like 2 blocks this way, 2 blocks that way. You know, it's like, it's an old gold mining town.
Downtown San Diego?
No, like the Julian.
Oh, Julian.
Yeah, Julian.
Oh, okay.
It's like literally like 2 blocks east and west, and 2 blocks north and south, kind of thing. It's small.
So it's small. Oh, nice.
I mean, we got to go inside one of the old gold mines, you know, that kind of stuff.
Really?
It was cool. Yeah, it was. We had a blast. Like I said, we got up in the morning. We went on a hike, and then we went to town to kind of walk around. Obviously went to the museum, because I have to go to the museum. And I bought a book, you know, on the history of the town. And then we went into one of the old gold mines, and it was trippy, because like we went like 1,000 feet through the mountain, and then the guy was telling us as he was giving us a tour, he's like, oh yeah, there's 5 levels of tunnels above us and like 4 levels of tunnels below us. And then that's when I was like, oh man, like, I'm in the middle of a mountain. There's all this stuff, but it was cool to like, they had a lot of the old equipment that the miners left there, and like, you know, like the old like coffee cans and stuff like that they left there. So it's kind of cool to see those things that, like, that's what I always, like nerd out about, it's like, oh yeah, like some dude was down here with this saw and now it's here and I'm looking at it, kind of thing. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Do you collect any like artifacts or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, like
I don't know if I've asked you this before.
I think maybe, I don't know. Like I
don't think so.
The one thing that because obviously artifacts are expensive, that kind of stuff. But like
not artifacts, but like collect stuff. In general.
Like I have some like old things. Like I bought a pie tin from Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh, I remember you saying this.
I think we did talk about it. Yeah,
we talked about Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, so like I went on eBay and I bought like an old pie tin from Knott's Berry Farm because it said like Knott's Berry Farm on it. So I have like that, and then people give me stuff too. So like one of my good friends gave me a mug from the 1984 LA Olympics for my birthday. So things like that. Like or like if I go somewhere, like we went to this old we went to a ghost town in Bakersfield, eastern Kern County, like near Bakersfield, and they had like old pins from like the Dodgers and like that they get. So I grabbed that. So I get like little trinkets and stuff, like that. Nothing like too big, but like that I have like a cohesive collection. Like I collect all these things. Like, not really. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I bought these recently. Oh, where'd it go?
And what are these?
Oh yeah.
The McDonald's.
Yeah.
McDonald's mugs. These right here.
You know what? I actually have.
You have those?
Yeah, they're in my mom's house, still in a box.
I have a set of mugs like that are Van de Kamp's.
Oh.
Yeah, like that I bought on eBay. So yeah, so every once in a while I'll come across something like that I'll buy. But yeah, those are cool.
I also bought the Garfield ones.
Yeah, I remember I used to have. I had all the Batman.
I was like, where?
I know. I was like, where do you have all these?
Oh, I sold the McDonald's Disney ones.
Oh, you did?
Well, yeah. To
oh, nice.
To what's his name?
Who?
Remember when we were in our meeting with Brad? And then he came.
To Rigo.
Rigo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I buy like
vintage stuff.
Like vintage, but like homeware. That's what I like glass. Like I have a whole cabinet.
She does.
That's just full of like vintage like glassware, mugs, plates. I have plates from like the 1920s.
You have any of those like radium ones?
Yeah. I do.
Cool.
I do.
That's cool.
I have 2 cups.
That's a wild thing to think about.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Well, you never heard of the Radium Girls?
Nuh-uh.
So like there was this whole thing where they were painting, like they were using like the radium to like make the time on watches glow in the dark, but they were hand drawn, and these girls were like the brush, dipping it in the thing, doing it, and then so like literally like their jaws like fell off because of all the exposure to the radiation, because they had no idea. So like it's like, if you ever like painted, you get a brush and you grab it so it can make the point finer. So these girls were like painting stuff out, dipping it in there, painting it, and whatever. And
oh my God.
So yeah, back in the day, man, they had no idea what the radium and the dishes.
Like there's certain dishes that I will not dare use, but they're there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have some cups. So the way that if they're real, you have a blue light, and then you flash it, and it's supposed to glow.
Yeah, it'll glow.
You're out here buying radiation cups and bringing them into the apartment.
They're in the house.
And then I'm just buying Conehead figurines.
Yeah, and then I have that carnival
glass.
Like
literal Conehead.
Yeah, he did.
Silicone.
Have you heard of the carnival glass?
Mm-mm.
So carnival glass is like that iridescent look. So that's where like the iridescent came from. And carnival glass is also made with like some kind of chemical or like mineral that's really like highly toxic,
like lead.
And they would use them in like everything. People would eat off them, drink off them, everything, and then it's crazy.
Yeah.
But they look nice. I'll show you.
Then I'm over here buying silicone cone head things to go on my. They're pretty cheap too.
You put it on your head?
Yeah. You put it on your head and you look like cone head.
But he bought. They're like the actual licensed ones.
They're
that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. From what's the company called?
I forgot.
It's like the actual company that actually like does stuff for production for food.
Cool.
So see how this?
Oh yeah.
It's like iridescent.
Yeah.
So this is called carnival glass. A lot of this was done in like the 20s.
Oh. See, I learned something new today.
Mm-hmm. So it looks real pretty.
Yeah, it's real pretty, but.
So this is what you don't want to buy?
No, I have these.
You have those?
You're not gonna you're not gonna die from them, but it's like years of
like it'll like leach into your food or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like all like the talavera and all that stuff from Mexico, like the ollas de barro. They have like freaking high amounts of lead, and everybody would boil in them, make beans and everything. Like
that's what made the beans taste so good.
All the lead.
That's what gave it the flavor.
Remember when they came out with all the Mexican candy that they were like, oh, everything has lead.
Yeah.
And I was like tossing back Lucas.
That's why those the little lemon things don't taste the same anymore, because they don't have lead in them.
Mm-hmm. The little 7-Ups.
Yeah, little 7-Ups. Yeah,
they took all the good stuff out.
Took all the lead out.
In Mexico, they still taste the same.
Jesus. Should bring some.
So next time you come, I want to talk about signs. Do you know anything about like signs, like signage? History of like signs, like signs.
I mean, like some of them, like the Randy's Donuts, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I love talking about like signs and architecture. Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of signs, before you go, Rite Aid, dude, and Thrifties.
Yeah,
they're going out.
Yeah, well, they got bought. You know what's funny? They got bought by Monster.
What?
Thrifties got bought out by Monster.
So Thrifty, like the Thrifty ice cream, they have that. I think they have to have their factory like in Montebello or like El Monte or something.
El Monte.
But Rite Aid, they were selling off because I guess they own the Thrifty brand and the Thrifty factory. Yeah, they got bought by Monster Energy.
What?
So it's kind of cool because I didn't know that Monster was like a California company. So at least they understand like the history of like Thrifty ice cream. So they bought it. So you're still gonna be able to get Thrifty ice cream, but it's just not gonna be in like CVS. Talking about Mexico, like we went to Tijuana like a few months ago. And that's the first time I ever saw like a Thrifty's ice cream by itself.
I was just going to tell you.
That was amazing.
Do you know that Mexico has standalone
Thrifties?
And you want to know something else? Because I've known for a long time, because my mom's from Ensenada. Mm-hmm. So the Thrifties that are standalone they're mostly in the border towns. Mm. They're not like in like mid Mexico. So they're in border towns. So they've been in Ensenada for quite a while. Yeah. They have flavors that they do not sell in the US. Mm-hmm. So one of my favorite flavors of all time, of all ice cream, is only made in Mexico from Thrifties. And it's like so fucking simple. I was telling girl, I was like, it's not like it's anything crazy. Like it's literally banana strawberry ice cream.
Ooh.
And they do not make it here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the? But yeah, Mexico has standalone Thrifty.
Yeah. They also have the McPostres.
Mm-hmm. I seen that.
You could just go and buy like an apple pie or sundaes. They're just like standalone, like little window that's just like just for desserts.
Really?
Yeah.
Mexico's better.
The Rite Aid over here down the street was going out of business, and when we went, we were late because they've been going out of business for a while now, and everything is all discounted. I wanted to get some ice cream. There was an ice cream. Yeah. There was a crap load of cones though. There was cones everywhere, but I mean, was it the Thrifty branded cones?
The ones that they
we didn't get them though.
It's the one with the little boy.
Well, like the sugar cones or whatever.
Yeah, we should have got them.
Oh, that's something that fed my childhood.
Yeah. We got the scoopers.
Scooper, yeah.
Yeah. No, scoopers.
I think I saw the picture of you like, you had them all. You carried them. Yeah.
He bought a bunch of scoopers. Yeah. We gave them to like friends and aunts that also wanted them.
So we have one that we're going to use, and then also I'm going to keep one in the studio just to...
Yeah, no, that's cool.
So then talking about signs,
just to have.
I asked the lady, I was like, because they have a paper, and it said that they were selling fixtures and everything. Like, so I was like, "Are you selling the thrifty sign?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, we are." And I was like, "I want to buy it." And she's like, "I don't know how much it is. I can't buy it. I can't sell it to you."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Sure you can.
"Oh, come on, lady.
Yeah.
Like, I'll slip you an extra 50 or something. I don't know."
$20 says you can.
Yeah. And she didn't want to sell it to me, and she just took my name, which I know that she probably put that freaking name and number in a drawer. So I need to
or she's setting the sign, aside for herself. She's
she probably is like, "Oh, this is gonna be worth money."
Right.
Well, wish me luck.
Good
that
luck.
they call me back. I'll probably go by tomorrow to be like, "Hi."
Let's go right now with a baseball bat.
I know. Now they're closed already. It's because she said that they are selling it, but that there's like a manager, like a higher manager that they're the ones that are going to price it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you think they're going to price it?
It's probably going to be a couple $100.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
I said I was down to pay $250.
It's the one that's behind the counter, right? The big one. Yeah.
That says thrifty.
Yeah. It's probably going to be a couple $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say like $1,000.
No.
Too much?
No, too much.
That probably said me like $450.
That's not bad.
I don't want to pay more than $250.
When are you ever going to get that sign ever again?
Okay, you could put the rest. I'll put $250.
I would. Yeah. And after we got the scoopers, we're
gonna have to start a Patreon for the Mind Buzz just to buy the sign.
We're thinking about it. We're doing it.
Get the sign so you can put it behind you.
Oh
yeah.
VHS and thrifties, ladies and gentlemen. Amber's background.
You're right. We'll use our company card because it's company. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm sold. I'm sold.
So they don't have ice cream, so we had to go to Food for Less to go get Thrifty's ice cream to try out the scoopers. The scooper is amazing. No, it was.
Do you know the history behind the scooper?
No.
So we cannot for the life of us remember where we saw it, but we think we saw it on the remember Mark Manson?
Yeah, how it's made.
Mark Summers.
Mark Summers,
yeah.
How it's made?
Yeah.
I'm almost sure, and tonight I'm going to look it up because it's killing me. But we remember seeing, and we collectively remember seeing a video of them talking about how why the scoop was
the way it is
made and the way that it is, because it's a thrifty, Thrifty actually made it, and they made it to scoop, like more efficiently, easier, and also for waste. So that you're not wasting product, because you literally just put it down and it can scrape all the way to the end.
As opposed to like making the ball with the other one. Yeah. I always liked how they would like throw it in the water. They have like little thing that the water's constantly running, and it just
we made a water thing.
Yeah.
We put a cup right there with some water, and
if you really want to get the thrifty experience, like you should have Amber like behind the counter, and you come to order something, and then she just walks away. I'll be right with
you.
I'll be right with you.
You're so right. And you're just like standing there
for like 10 minutes. Like, yeah.
My favorite ice cream was the Superman one. Remember that one? The bubblegum one? Probably the most horrible flavor ever.
No, like whenever I go to Thrifty, I always get Rocky Road and chocolate malt crunch. Those are like my two go-to.
I like Rocky Road mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah. And occasionally I would get pistachio because my dad liked the pistachio, and as I've gotten older, like I get it.
Yeah, I get it too.
I understand like why he liked.
We were talking about that.
What did you say when I asked? Because we were in the room. I didn't even know we were.
No, we were in the car.
Yeah, we were in the car, and
my mom got off.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I wonder I wonder what kind of ice cream she's gonna get. And then what did you say? Amber?
And I was like, oh, she's probably gonna get some grandma, because my mom's always liked. She's liked pistachio, butter pecan, pineapple coconut, and praline one. I think it was like, those are all the ones I like. And I was like,
those are the best ones. What are you talking about? Those are all the best flavors.
So that's what we got.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to become an adult, because my mom would be like, well, when you go and you do the groceries, you can get whatever ice cream you want.
Yeah.
You remember the ice cream like fixture in the house? So we've been going to like estate sales. I mean, we haven't been. The last one we went to had this like cool like
ice
little like
parlor.
Den, and in the corner, literally like this size right there, it had like a built-in ice cream parlor. like a really like old school look, like maybe built in the 60s, 70s,
and like 50s.
Yeah, it was super awesome. Like they probably had like cool parties in there. Everything was like red and white branded. It was really cool. Like it literally looked custom made just for their like spot right there.
That house that we went to, it was like it had never been touched, remodeled,
no,
ever. Everything down from the carpet, the drapes, the wallpaper, every like even her fridge, her microwave, everything was like from the 50s, 60s, awesome. And it's original.
Yeah. And then someone's gonna buy it and just
they already put it on the market, and I think probably
tear up the rug and put the millennial gray on the walls.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Yeah,
I mean it's cool amazing. That she had that, but you know that they're not gonna keep that.
If I would have bought it, I would have kept it.
Yeah. It's right there on like off of the golf course, right? There was a golf course right next to it.
You know where the golf course is in Lakewood?
Oh yeah.
Right there. So the backyard.
It was.
What is the golf course?
Oh, that's awesome.
It was really cool to go inside, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we were too late for the. I like going to hit the records. Like if a place has records, I like to hit the records, get as much as I can.
But this house, they used the power of social media, and it went like viral, crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
And everything was freaking expensive.
Yeah. And even the first. We hit like 2 that month. We hit 2 estate sales that month. Mm-hmm. And the first one, dude, oh my God, the records that this person had, you wouldn't. Oh my, I'm a big like record. I can't say like, oh, I'm a record junkie. That I can say, oh, this is
this is the first pressing.
The first, I'm not like them. It's like, oh shit, it's a Jimi Hendrix record. Yeah. Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
But they had like some really good ones, all the good Doors, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin.
Like that day, the day of that one, it was pretty last minute, and I got my mom to drive me there, and I was like, okay, let's go. And then I was like,
oh, that's the one that you and your dad showed up later, right?
Yeah. But you get there, you sign your name up, and then you're in line. And all these. Well, now there's like all these like politics behind like the estate sales. Whoever's doing the estate sale, like this lady charged extra for you to be on like the first 5 people. So then, so you're going against a lot of resellers.
Yeah,
and like that's what it was. Like mostly everybody that went in first all have reselling business, and I get it. Like there are some stuff that I purchase and then that I'll resell that I'm like, I'll keep it for a little while and then I resell it. But that's who I was up against. So as soon as like she like let people in, they like ran in, and then they always put pictures prior, so you know exactly where things are.
Yeah.
And then, of course they want to promote. They want people to come out, so of course they're gonna put all the cool things on the thing, and that's where what people want to go get, right?
It's fun. It's part of the game.
Yeah, there's toys. The very first one we went to.
You said you like getting stuff that's hard to get.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah.
That's exactly what a real estate thing is, right?
Yeah, estate sale.
It's whatever. Estate sale, real estate, selling land.
You just go with the flow. I'm over here. The first time we ever went to one, because I had never been to like an estate sale. I always go like just to like thrift stores or things like that. We didn't know the way that it worked, and there's like a whole like etiquette and like things that you have to do, and then people were taking like wagons and bags, and we're like, why the hell are people taking that? And then we were like, okay, let's go look for a bag. Somebody told us like, oh, you should bring your own bag because they don't give bags if you're gonna get stuff. And we went back to the car and we couldn't find.
We didn't have a bag, right?
Well, we carried a ice chest around the house, and we filled up the ice chest.
The igloo one. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool. The aesthetic was awesome.
Yeah.
That house had a lot of like toys, like old toys, which was pretty cool. They were a Disney collector. They collected a lot of Disney stuff.
And Universal. They had a lot of the Universal
monsters. Yeah.
Like a lot of like the first.
Cool.
I have a few things that I'm actually gonna bring in here. I like there's a cone, like an original like cone heads like figurine with the actual like label on it and everything. And what else? I think we sold all the other things too.
Yeah,
the majority of them. But Javier, dude, we can do this for
I know
hours, man.
We need our AC in here.
Yeah, we're gonna get the AC in here. Hook me up with a catheter.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us where we can find you, and thank you again for coming out and doing the podcast, dude.
Yeah, FooHowser.com for everything. So FOOHOWSER, FooHowser.com. I'm Foo Howser on all social media, and I'll be at the Central Library next month on August 17th. I'm gonna be on a panel with a couple of other really cool historians. 2 p.m. It's free. It's a free event on Eventbrite. So just Google look up Foo Howser. Yeah, August 17th at 2 p.m. at the Central Library. So come out and check out the Central Library. And I'm working on merch, so I should have merch soon. Some Foo Howser merch. So that's coming.
Wow.
Cool, dude. And that is FooHowser.com on all social media platforms. Look at that good-looking guy, dude.
Oh, that's me.
Oh.
Nice.
Dude, I love talking to you. We love talking to you. We love having you on the show. You are an infinite amount of knowledge, and I just love talking to you. And we can do this for hours. So I think the next time you come, we'll have our AC unit,
our
and
toilet
everything.
fixed down
our
here.
Toilet fixed down here.
I'll wear some Depends.
Yeah. We're all gonna run up to the restroom right now.
Yeah. So we can do this for like maybe 3 hours, 4 hours.
Let's do it.
But no, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out, dude.
Of course.
Let's see. I got a show. Palm Springs, July 26th. We got 2 shows.
Don't look at me.
7 p.m. 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rock Gallery Comedy Club. Come check it out. It's awesome. Doing the good show with Julie Goodlow and a couple of other people. Come out. It's going to be awesome. Tickets in the link in the bio. Peace out.
The Mind Buzz.
Thanks for listening to the Mind Buzz podcast. Subscribe to the Mind Buzz YouTube channel and watch full podcast episodes. Keep up with the hosts, guests, and upcoming events by following the Mind Buzz on Instagram @the Mind Buzz. See you on the next one.